You need to go outside? Do you need to pee? Well, hello. Can you all hear me? I have a new thing going on here with my dog barking in my face while I'm trying to talk. Um, I got I've been having problems with my microphone. Can you guys hear me? I can hear the dog bark, 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 bark. Settle down, girl. Can you guys hear me? Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. This virtual background is making my arm disappear. Ah, there it is. Man, I wish this dog would stop barking all of a sudden. Just as soon as I went live, she started barking for no reason. All right, so we're good. All right. The question is, do we want to? All right, so first of all, what do you guys think of my virtual background? I don't have a green screen, so I can see it's pretty choppy, but it's trying something different. It's making my arm disappear. I got something different for you guys tonight. I've been working on something for a while now. What happened was, I don't know if you guys, thank you, Sonia. I don't know if you guys remember, but also I got a new member. Look at this. We got Sonia. All right. Thank you very much. Looks like a regular stoner. Let me tell you something about this background. What made me, I mean, it's a drawing that I did a few years ago. And I always liked it. It's my album cover for all the music you hear. But the main reason I decided I wanted to use it on my streams is because there's this idea of like, you want whatever's in the background to have something to do with the person. You know, you're getting a piece of their personality. So it isn't just a psychedelic drawing, but everything in there has something to do with my personality. For example, right here, there's a Capricorn. See the goat with the tail? Because I'm a Capricorn. And there's Saturn, because Saturn's my dominant planet. There's the there's the girl right there. Because um, anyway, it's there's a lot to dissect in there, and it's all some aspect of my personality. Um, anyway, so there's that. Now, the thing that's going on tonight is for those of you who saw my last video, the one about the frauditors being gangbangers, and if you haven't, definitely make sure you go and check that out. At the end, instead of having one of my own comedy sketches, I actually put pieces of one that I found online from another YouTuber called Internet Comment. Oh, what is it? Dagnabbit. Oh, great. Now I'm going to get that wrong. I'm trying to tell the etiquette. Etiquette. Internet Comment Etiquette. And he did an episode on. Thank you, Hank. Thank you very much. He did an episode on sovereign citizens. So I put pieces of that in my last video. Well, I like the guy so much that I went back and I watched all of his videos. Well, not all of them. He's got a lot. He's been around for years. But the tinfoil fez, I'm working on it. I don't want to steal Kfar's idea. I'm doing my taxes. Can I put you as a dependent? Thanks. Silence is accepted. Hey, BSBT, if you're the real BSBT, you're actually. I'm gonna show your thing in a couple minutes. I'll get there. Anyway, so after watching this guy, I know it's just a joke, right? But well, I guess I don't need these. I'm not listening to anything. I know it's just a joke, a comedy bit that he does, but he makes his videos as if he's teaching a class on how to deal with internet comments, how to make comments. And I actually was inspired by the way he does it, like as if it actually was a class, and I learned the lesson he was teaching. So now I started responding to the comments in my comment section, not the way he would, not trying to rip off his idea, but again, he does the videos as if they were a class, and I'm taking what I learned from those classes and applying it to the way I respond to comments. Because what I found was that my comment section was extremely boring to me, to be perfectly honest. I mean, obviously, I love it when you guys, say good things or whatever, but it was always the people that were talking trash and, oh, you're a bootlicker. Oh, you're an idiot. Oh, you're a bootlicker. Oh, you're an idiot. And then I'd turn back and say, oh, no, you're an idiot. And then before you know it, it becomes a game of, I know you are, but when am I? And there's no fun in that. So I decided to start handling my negative comments in a better way and responding to them and with a little more creativity. I'm going to call someone stupid, but I'm going to do it in a cool way, in a different way. So I got some examples for you guys today of what I've been doing in my comment section lately. And hopefully you guys will enjoy some of this. I don't know if I should read them just in order, but yeah, I'll start. Because as I did them, I actually got better and better at doing them. And you'll see at the beginning, they're pretty, okay. But hey, what's up, unclean hands? But as you go through, you'll see that they get better and better. So anyway, here was the first one I did. Let's get this on screen for you guys. What am I looking at here? Where is it? I can't see what I'm showing. Okay, here we go. From David Perillo. It looks like these people are attacking journalists, getting in the face of them. Self-defense. 99% of auditors only engage with people that engage with them first. Stop threatening journalists or pay the consequences. My response. Thank you for your comment. And don't forget to download Raid Shadow Legends today and use code I Love Cops at checkout for 20% off your first in-game purchase. So that was the first one I did. Nice, simple, to the point. Not extremely funny or crazy, but that was the first time I tried it. And that was fun. So then this was the second one I did. This one I thought was great. And this was the one that really got my creative juices up flowing. Let's see. Let's get back into here. Share. From Dawson Detrina, Hezekiah looks like a chubby whisk boy. All right, that's it. When my lizard minions in the government finally reveal themselves, you will not be spared. Do you know fake news real douche uses that whisk for self-sodomy? Speaking of chubby, you know you got one when I was on screen. Come on, admit it. So there's that one. And so this is how I'm dealing with my negative comments now, by actually trying to say something creative and not just turn it into a name-calling contest. Let's see, what's next? This one's from Broken System, Broken Trust. So if this is really you, you're going to love this. All right, let's see. Where is it? Why isn't it there? Come here. Share screen. There it is. All right, from Broken System, Broken Trust. At Hezekiah, I think you're just afraid or jealous of people knowing more than you. My response? By the way, speaking of people who are smarter than me, did you hear that people are saying drinking bleach is a cure-all? You should chug a few gallons and let me know how that works out for you. Now, to be fair to him, especially if that's him in the chat, no matter what you have to say about Josh, the dude does have a good sense of humor. His response to that was, nah, I'll just stick to chewing Tide Pods. So that was clever. I got to give him points for that. But so again, that was when I had just started doing this. Some of these get kind of graphic and kind of funky, but I'm trying to keep it light because these comments are so inane. I might as well have inane responses, I think, to some of them. Let's get this next one on the screen. All right. All right, from Above and Beyond. Of course, there are always trolls like you to try to make these good citizens look bad. It's great that there are people like this to keep our egotistical, power-hungry tyrants in check. Obviously, you're just another brain-dead anti-American that would rather use our Constitution to wipe yourself than using the bathroom, aren't you? If you don't like what we're doing, then you should move to North Korea or China, blah, blah, blah. My response. Have you ever heard of autoerotic asphyxiation? That's when you strangle yourself almost to death while polishing your helmet. Some people even survive. You seem like a smart guy. You should try it. His response. Hezekiah, it sounds like you know quite a bit about this. I'm not surprised, LOL. My response to that. Yeah, my old lady and I get real funky. That's how I acquired a taste for boot. During coitus, I like to strangle myself after I drink adrenochrome from dead babies while playing an audiobook version of Karl Marx read out loud by Gilbert Gottfried. So I thought that was a nice thing to say to him after that. Who's now? Oh, Mrs. Schrodinger's cat's in here? I didn't see, but I hear somebody saying that. Hello. All right. My next response to one of these trolls. Oh yeah, I like this one. This is when I start really getting good at it. The more I did it, the better I got at it. All right, let's see. I disappeared. There I am. See, I got to get a green screen. This virtual background is killing me, but I love it. All right. All right, this is from Elias Nazario. This channel has a total of 2.68 thousand subscribers. That's all an idiot like this a-hole that doesn't believe in the Constitution's protection. I bet you could. How about that English? Let's read that again. I'm reading it the way it is written. This channel has a total of 2.68 thousand subscribers. That's all an idiot like this a-hole that doesn't believe in the Constitution protection. Period. I bet you attended the January 6th attack on the Capitol. So my response pretty much addresses that last line, that he bets I attended the January 6th attack on the Capitol. Yeah, that guy in the buffalo helmet, he's my boyfriend. I bounce up and down on those horns like a princess on a stallion in full gallop. Best of all was the blood orgy we had with Donald Trump and QAnon himself after the party. Oh, and by the way, you're not invited to the next one because the Illuminati said so. So I thought that was pleasant. All righty. I've said it before and I'm saying it again. Your channel has done so well. Great job, my friend. Look forward to your video so much. Sorry, I'm just reading some of the chats. All right. So, and then let's see what the next one I have to deal with these trolls is. Oh, yeah, this is another good one. Let's get in here. Okay. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, ba-da-da-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. Ba-da-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum. Let me handle your comments. I could come up with some doozies. No, thanks. I like my own style. From Darth Malicious. You don't deserve the freedoms that you have. You are sheeple. My response. Speaking of sheep, turns out the rumor that they feel just like a woman is not true. Turns out caribou are the way to go for that. For that, I cannot believe it's not Butterfield, if you know what I mean. You got to deal with these trolls somehow. All right, let's see. What's next? Oh, this is another one of my favorites that I did. I'm really proud of this one. All right, let's get to it. Let's see. From the execution of all things at Hezekiah. Do you not see your hypocrisy? Go to North Korea then, where they kidnap and lock up people for non-crimes. Are you encouraging the same behavior? Why can't you respond to my statement of yours at 9:30? He literally was just taking pictures. The video would be eventless if the cops didn't intervene. This was in a response to one of my videos, obviously, where he said, all I'm doing is taking pictures. When is the government going to activate that microchip they snuck into my brain when I got vaccinated already? I want to know the exact time my head is going to explode so I could stand right next to you when it does. Then my brain splattered all over you would be the most brains that have ever touched your body. See, isn't that better than just saying you're stupid? Oh, yes. Clever retort to a troll. That's the point. That's what I'm trying to do. Let's see. All right, the next one. This is one that I have. You'll see as I go. I kind of took this idea and stretched it out some more and ran with it some more. But this was my original attempt at something like this. Let's see. From Nicholas Burlow. This channel is a bootlicking paradise. Come up with some original content instead of leeching off of the auditor's work. My response. It really doesn't matter. When the lizard people finally reveal themselves, you'll be pooping your pants while I'm sitting on a throne of human skulls sipping adrenochrome. Have a nice day. All right. Good thing I'm not tripping. All right, let's see what I got next for you guys. All right. This one's interesting. I'm not purposely trying to get controversial in some of these. They're aimed at the specific comments that I'm responding to. So let's get in on that and get it on the screen. All right, from Kyle, 1, 2, 3, at Hezekiah. The Fourth Amendment is not limited to searches and seizures of property. Anytime a cop tells you to stop by use of force or threat of force, your person is being seized. That must comply with the Fourth Amendment requirement of having probable cause by showing of articulable facts. The officer believes a crime is likely occurring or blah, blah, blah. My response. You do have a good point there. I often lament not being able to send people to meet God that time I tried to go into a synagogue with a bomb strapped to my chest if the cops didn't stop me. Well, at least they never violated my rights enough to find the dead hooker in my trunk. All right, let's get to the next one. Uh-oh, this is the one where I give away the secret. Well, I mentioned the secret in a few of these. All right, let's get into sharing this one. Bum, ba, ba, dum, bum, bum, ba, da, dum. And since I'm reading off of my screen, I'm going to miss it if any super chats or anything come in. So at the end, if there's any, I'll read them all off at the end there. All right, let's see. All righty. From Anthony Andrea. The police are psychopathic thugs and murderers. Why is this channel condoning murder? It needs to get 3 strikes for supporting murder. My response. We are all part of the hive, and you will be assimilated or perish in the flames of woe that shall be brought upon thee in the most vicious manner imaginable. The police are agents of Overlord Xenu. The world is already under our control. It is too late. It cannot be undone by you pathetic humans. So I thought that was fair enough. All right, let's see. What do I got next? Oh, this one's just crazy. I'll read it because I like being nuts, but this one's really getting into the bizarro world. All right. Let's see. Resistance is futile. That's right, Dark Soul. You should use Scientology. That's why I mentioned Xenu. Let's see. All right. From Michelle Neitlinger. It has okay. I forgot to address the last line. So you're okay with a cop standing there to watch him and call it harassment when a citizen, a member of We the People, does the same? Call him a fraud? Really? I must be misunderstanding what you're saying. My response. Well then, allow me to explain. When I was 14, a strapping young lad by most accounts, I found a book buried in the woods. It was a grimoire of such incredible magic power that it could not be destroyed by any means known to mankind, and thus was buried in the hopes it would never be found. I read aloud the incantations contained therein, and unintentionally unleashed upon this flat earth a cacodemon called the Saga. He came in the form of what we call today the police. So as you can clearly see, Bill Clinton murdered Vince Foster. All right. Wait a minute. Hank's got something to say. Try reading them their constitutional rights and the right to remain silent but deadly. Oh, that's great. Let's see. What do we got? Oh, I like this one. I like this one a lot. Let me get this on bigger on the screen. All right. Share. No, that's not the one I wanted to do. All right, let's try this again. All right, from Jason Smith. Real quick, because when I'm reading this, I can't see my. Okay. From Jason Smith at Hezekiah. All cops have to do is nothing when it comes to auditors, and all of their channels would go under. They wouldn't get views. And all you have to do is watch Direct D on YouTube, or Lackluster, or San Joaquin Transparency, Long Island Audits, James Freeman, or James Madison Audits. There are countless videos of police officers harassing and bullying people for doing nothing more than recording them, which is our First Amendment right, whether you like it or not. You talk about unbiased. Your entire video is you mocking the auditor and acting like a child. You still haven't answered my question. What department do you work for? So I'm addressing specifically that last line. What department do you work for? He thinks I'm a cop. My response. You will cease your inquiry into my position within the collective this instant, lest the full force and power of our alien overlords under my command use their 5G networks to turn your brain into liquid. That which I would normally drink, but with your IQ lower than mine, my IQ would lose far too many points. Yours shall be saved for my slaves to drink as I slip my forked tongue into their gaping wounds. No, seriously though, you're an idiot. So yeah, that's another good one. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, I like this one too. This is fun. Uh, share, share screen. From Dave Perillo. Most comments agree with. Oh, what was it? BAT. That's Bay Area transparency. Okay. Most comments agree with Bay Area transparency, and they are 100% correct. I think you've been suckling on the blue boot far too long. So I'm addressing specifically the suckling part. Ah, yes, the nipples of conformity. So delicious. So be it. You are hereby no longer a welcome member of the Flat Earth Society. Your sovereign citizen ID card is no longer valid. And from this point forward, you shall only be allowed to mate with zebras in a cage at the San Francisco Zoo. Go ahead, make your way into there and have at it. But you must film it and send me the video on Snapchat. Oh, man. All right, let's see. What's next? Oh, this one was, again, this gets back into the weirdo zone, but not just because of what I said, but because of the comment I'm responding to. I'm going to give a little background on it before I read it. So, what's going on in this one is this guy. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but one of the things that all of these frauditors and sovereign citizens love to do is quote case law that has absolutely nothing to do, that's absolutely irrelevant to the situation they're in. And this guy is trying to quote at me a case where the cops arrested a guy that turned out he had MS. And it was in response to the Bay Area transparency video I did. So I had absolutely no idea how this guy was finding any relation to the two at all. So he says, Patrick Garnett at Hezekiah, what test diagnosis is used to diagnose MS, and with what accuracy? My response, what test? Let me guess, the SAT? The bar? No, wait, that's not it. Does it have something to do with Lou Gehrig? Oh, no, that's ALS. Let's see. Oh, differential diagnosis. Yes, that's the one. So your argument is that the frauditor in this video suffers from MS? How the hell would you know? Unless, are you CIA? Stop spying on me, creepo. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, what's next? Oh, this one I really like too. All right, so before I read this, I want to say, for anyone who doesn't know, there's an amoeba called Naegleria fowleri, and it's an amoeba that eats your brain if it gets inside your head. I only mentioned that because I mentioned the Naegleria fowleri in this post. So let's get it up on screen for you. From SC Bath. I wonder what the fans of this bootlickers channel will do when all of our rights are gone. When they're crying on the internet. Oh, when they are crying in the internment camps, getting the shit kicked out of them. Maybe they'll say, what happened to all our rights? Keep licking those Gestapo boots. Those inmates will get those guards' cars shiny. It will reduce the beatings they get in their cells. When this bootlicker gets pulled over by the cops, he probably pulls his pants down and puts himself over the bonnet and lets the cops take their turn. Then when the cops say, hey, boy, our dicks are dirty now, he'll say, let me clean those Gestapo dicks up for you, officers. My response, well, and again, this is talking about what are they going to do when our rights are gone? Well, it will start with the repeal of the Second Amendment, followed by, wait, You almost tricked me into sharing our plan. You treasonous fool. How dare you question the chosen one? Let it be known here and now that from this day, all of your brain cells, well, the few you have left, anyway, shall be besieged upon by Nigeria Follery. So, or Nigeria. Nigeria. Hey, Emily, thank you for the super sticker. All right, so next. Oh, yeah, this is another one of the better ones, I think. All right, let me get this on screen. Just wait till I get to the Dave McGuire saga. You guys are gonna love that one. Let's see. What's the Dave McGuire saga, you ask? Oh, you will know. You will know. Oh, dang, damn it, it's not up there again. I gotta keep doing. If you guys don't know about Alt Tab, figure it out because it's the greatest thing ever. I love it. It saves so much time. Been there, done that. Auditors are not all the same. Unfortunately, some are actually garbage, but some are absolutely needed to change the way cops interact with the public. You can't bait a cop that follows the law. Cops can investigate without violation of people's rights. In truth, it weans out the loose cannons. The female cop in the beginning could have diffused this very easily. She's talking about the video. I think it was another one with the Bay Area Transparency one where he's filming the police station and the car pulls up and the lady goes, "What are you filming?" That's the horrible rights violation. Instead of demanding answers, she could have spoken kindly and with patience. It's public property. If she was just kind, talked calmly without barking and demanding, "Hey, what are you filming?" Barking and demanding. This would have been differently. Citizens have the right to take photos of police cars. Why is that an issue? My reply: the flat earth is already in our grasp. Taking a few pictures will have no effect. We have already taken control of all. Your computer has been syskeyed by the Illuminati a long time ago. And if you do not comply, we'll remove all of the Japanese manga porn from your hard drive. What are you going to do then? All right. All right, let's see. What do we got next here? What do we got next? Oh, yeah, okay. There's another good. I think they're all good ones because I wrote them, right? So, of course, I like them. All right, let's see. So, if you learn anything tonight, guys, it's to keep an eye on my comments section because this is what I'm going to do with all my negative comments from now on. This is from J-Dub. This is exactly what I expected. A bootlicker with no respect for the Constitution. It's got to burn you, no public photography. Wait, hold on. That's exactly what I expected. A bootlicker with no respect for the Constitution. It's got to burn you, no public photography. Yeah, no. All righty. My response. I remember once I was engaged in public photography in a girl's shower room at the public swimming pool. And they had the ever-living audacity to call the cops on me. Anyway, what I do with my pocket constitution in the privacy of my own home is my own business. Speaking of burning, I think when the New World Order government finally admits that we are all controlled by the satanic, anti-Semitic aliens, all of you people who have not already proven your allegiance by drinking adrenochrome will be tossed into the flames of the pyres of the burning Christians. So I hope you enjoyed that response. Let's see. Oh, all right. Yeah, this one gets kind of. All right. I'm going to read it. It don't matter. It's not that bad. Here we go. From Seaweed Coins. Yes, but the public owned keyword. Public owned sheriff's department, and yes, they were targeted because they need to be educated on the law. Sheriff's department would know that alone is allowed to film in public, and by the way, all the filmers are allowed to lie. There is no law against telling a lie on public property. Same as the cops, they all lie in the time are trained to lie and get back. Not just for general chit chat. So now who's the dummy? It's all good. I used to hate cops as well. But then I drank some fresh goat blood and realized they're actually all part of Lucifer's army. So it's okay. As long as you're a member. You are a member, right? Join us. I'll swallow your soul. Sorry, that was my cocodamon. It takes over sometimes. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, you're an idiot. All right. All right, let's see. What else do I got here? All right, here we go. Got this one on screen. This is the proper way to deal with trolls, dagnabbit. From Russell Delbridge. He's in public and on a public sidewalk. How stupid do you have to be? Just another bootlicking channel that feels our constitutional God-given rights don't exist. How much of a bootlicker can you be? Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being someone with an IQ lower than yours, and 10 being a professional bootlicker, I'd put myself somewhere around, say, 6. And don't forget, God did give us free will. So I'm using mine to will myself into a coma so I won't have to deal with your brain-dead morons like you anymore. Oh, yes. All right, let's see. Here's another good one. Oh, wait, I got to get that on the... Oh, all right. This is one I got to give a little bit of background on before I start, because the comment I'm responding to here was really long because we call these guys frauditors. So they actually went through every single possible definition of a fraud. And one of the examples they used was something's a fraud if it's blah, blah, blah. And then example, the UFO picture turned out to be a fraud. So I'm responding specifically to that part of it. Hey, wait a minute. In that post, you used the example of a UFO picture being a fraud. Good. You do not believe in your alien overlords. The more people think we do not exist, the more powerful we become. Yes, I shall feast upon the flesh of you foolish mortals. Your blood, my dog, your blood pouring into my mouth, using police boots as my chalice. All right, I love you, dog, but come here. Come here, girl. You're making too much noise. I'm on live. I don't need to listen to you barking. Shh. Come here, hon. Come here. Come here. Now she's walking away. Somebody must be home. All right. Anyway, let's get back into it. Let's see. What do I got next here? All right. Is the dog too loud for you guys? Is she? I can't tell if she's, messing up the sound for you guys. Anyway, let's see where we're at. All right, let's get this next one on the screen. Hopefully the dog will settle down soon. She's a good girl. All right, from Joshua Riddle. I'm pretty sure you bootlickers are missing the point. If he's not broke the law, the cops need to keep it moving until he does. My response. This post reminds me I have to put medicine on my toenail fungus. Seriously, this stuff is gross. It's got to be similar to how the inside of your skull looks. Anyway, I know I have more fungus on my toes than you have gray matter, but that's besides the point. What matters is that the earth is flat, the government is a corporation, the moon landing was faked, And when you make your next purchase from the dildo section of Amazon, make sure you enter coupon code Cops Are Awesome at checkout for a 20% discount. Sorry, I'm cracking myself up here. Oh, my goodness gracious me. All right. For anyone who doesn't know, before I read this next one, there was a James Bond movie called Never Say Never Again. I'm going to reference it in here. That's why I mentioned it. All right. Let's see. Bah, humbug. Back to the Alt tab again. Here we go. From Attleboro Guy. Back the blue until it happens to you. Gee, never heard that one before, right? Back the blue until it happens to you. My response. It'll never happen to me because I'm not a dumbass or a criminal. His response. Never say never. My response. Never? What if someone asked me to lick his sweaty ballsack after a one-on-one basketball match? Or what if I'm attending a funeral mass for a loved one and someone asks me to sodomize the corpse? No one uses the phrase never say never unless they're James Bond or some kind of communist. Are you a commie? Well, in that case, let's not fight. Let's come together, comrade, and pleasure ourselves together as we have our slaves read the Communist Manifesto aloud. So that's always good stuff. Let's see. Next one. Oh, this one's epic. I got a couple epic ones. This is going to be the first real epic one. Let's see. From ADZ. What kind of bootlicking clown show is this? No one needs to cooperate. No one needs to obey or account for themselves while conducting a lawful activity. If he's a POS baiting him, and there's also POS for taking the bait and knowingly trying to violate a citizen's rights out of spite, y'all sad AF. My response. First of all, how dare you insult my clownish brethren? Second, you will cooperate and you will obey. For I, Hezekiah Divan Dikiel Bey of the Moorish Temple, has thus commanded it. You shall send me all of your money via PayPal or be cursed. A curse that shall begin with bleeding from your eye sockets every time you even look at a cop. Then will expand itself into your intestines in the form of a 30-foot tapeworm and will continue to grow until vomit and bile become the only flavor you shall ever taste. Your appendix will grow until it bursts, as well as your brain that will grow to 17 times its current size. Heck, that would make your brain almost half the size of a normal human. Maybe this isn't such a good idea after all. Oh well. Don't forget to sign up for NordVPN and just put in coupon code Boots Are Yummy for 15% at checkout. All right. Next. Hold on. I got to take another sip of my twisted tea. This is Twisted Peach, but I got it in my Starbucks cup. All right. Keep it nice and cold. Hello, just another nod. I'm reading comments I've made to trolls. Oh, okay. This next one, and when I read this one, I'm going to read right now. I'm not going to stop, but I'm going to change the order because so far I've been reading them in the order that I've written them. But once I read this one, I'm going to bounce around a little bit because this is the beginning. Ladies and gentlemen, let me share with you the tale of the David McGuire saga. David McGuire, as it turns out, left a lot of comments on my page. And once I realized I was responding to the same guy, I began having some continuity within my responses. and ended up building a story. And each response was like another chapter in the story of the Dave McGuire saga. So get ready, ladies and gentlemen. Get your drinks out, get your popcorn ready, and get prepared for the David McGuire saga, Chapter 1. From David McGuire. You're a moron. Back the blue till it happens to you, shaking my head. My response. See, what I like about this comment is that it is short and to the point. Kind of reminds me of my third grade gym teacher in the shower room that one time. Hey, wait. His name was Mr. McGuire. Was that you? I knew it. Someone called the FBI. Unless you want to get back together. That was a magical spring. The flowers were blooming, creating just the slightest scent of lavender in the air. Do you remember? The leather costume you made me wear with my Easter bonnet hat? Ah, yes, I'll never forget the bunny ears you wore at the spring dance. Those were simpler times. Wait, that wasn't Mr. McGuire. That was Mr. McGuire. Who are you, pervert? Now, when I originally wrote that, I didn't realize he was coming back, but he did. So let me skip ahead to the next time that I talked to him. David McGuire. Ah, here we go. Let's see. Oh, all right. From David McGuire. Right to free press, genius. Maybe actually read the Bill of Rights sometime. Head smack. Dave Perello. Yeah, that's exactly what the First Amendment does. It allows you to see, stop, zoom, and study the government. James Smith. Plain view doctrine. School's out for now. Hezekiah. At James Smith and at David McGuire. Hey, you guys, don't start. I gave Dave the lowdown on a different post. He already knows the drill. As for you, Mr. Smith, if that is your real name, I have an army of demonic beasts that attack at my will. And it does not matter where you run or where you hide. Their black magic powers will allow them to find and devour you at a moment's notice. So tread lightly when using the Constitution against me. Soon the truth will be told. The Constitution, when finally read backwards aloud, will usher in a new era of destruction and chaos for all but me and my channel members. So join today, and don't forget to enter coupon code I understand the Constitution the way a third grader understands quantum mechanics at checkout for a free copy of my new ebook, You're a Great Big Dumb Stupid Dumbass. Oh, man. All right. Moving on to the next chapter of the Dave McGuire saga. So I'm going through my comments and I find another negative comment, and it's also from Dave McGuire. So let's continue on with the story of the Dave McGuire saga. Patrick Clayton. Videos are pictures, 24 of them a second. Dave McGuire. There is, and they're both protected by the Bill of Rights in the very First Amendment. My response at Dave McGuire. You're here again? I already told you our relationship is over. Get on with your life. I know you still have feelings for me, but you have to man up and let it go. All right, I'll throw you a bone, if you know what I mean, cutie. The First Amendment has freedom of religion, right? Well, my religion is called make fun of idiotism. And you wouldn't go against the Constitution, would you? So remember, always, no wait, it was never stick a Cadillac up your nose. Stick with the cocaine. And anyway, ta-ta for now. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for a free entry into my new giveaway where the winner gets a free copy of my new ebook. Damn, that David McGuire really is an idiot. Hold on. Taking another sip. You are not your. All right, Simon. If you weren't such a great fan of this channel, corrected my grammar. How dare you? Anyway, I just type these things. I don't edit them. I should. All right. Proofread. That's what I need to do. Thank you. Well, thank you very much. Hey, look, guys. I'm auditing America. You know what? It's disrespectful to do that to a kick hat. I'm sorry. All right. Let's continue the Dave McGuire saga. All right, this one I got two different screenshots. Or I don't have his comment that I was responding to in my screenshot. So what he says was, Dave McGuire, the police station is the people's property. My response to that. Once I get it on the screen for you guys to see, it'll be wonderful to me. At David McGuire, dude, WTF. How many times do I have to tell you? I'm not just playing hard to get. I really do not want to be with you anymore. That ship has sailed. You great big hunk of sexy man meat. Seriously, though, we need to stop meeting like this. You're embarrassing me in front of the Goyim. By the way, excuse me. Back to it. By the way, did you ever delete that video of you and me in the motel back in the 90s? I told you that could be used as state's evidence. If you have not deleted it yet, get on it. Some of those things we did that night could be considered crimes against humanity, especially that bit with the midget and the chimpanzee. You know what I'm talking about, winky face. Anyway, there's some free advice. Get your head out of your ass and read a book, dumbass. And don't forget to like and subscribe. The only way to avoid the coming apocalypse. Alrighty. And then I think this is... Yeah, this is the final chapter in the David McGuire story. And then I will go back and read some of the ones that came in between. All right, so again, this was on a separate screen. So he says, you don't get how audits work, huh? You don't ask permission to flex your rights. You just do it. My response. Dave McGuire, OMG, you're still trying to get me to sleep with you again? Dag nabbit, I know how much you like to bounce around on my pulsating man meat, but damn boy, you are tenacious. All right, this one last time, but then you have to go back to your wife and kids. Call me at 1-800-you-are-a-dick flute. All right, so anyway, that's the end of the David McGuire saga. So now let's go back and look at some of the comments that I made in between dealing with him. Let's see, where did I leave off? Here we go. I like this one a lot too. Pulsating man meat. Yes, that's right. From the Watcher. You people are an absolute disgrace. What losers? My response. The High Command has instructed me to activate the algorithm that will cause your brain to explode if you come within 500 feet of a 5G antenna. However, after I showed them the clandestine brain scan we have on file for you, they realized your brain is not large enough to be affected in any way. So we'll have to go old school on you and just stick with dropping chemtrails over your house. Better start wearing that mask. Oh, man. It's weird sometimes. Whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Is this legit? Is that Selmo literally in my chat, or is this a fake guy? Auditing the USA. No, that's Auditing America. Glenn Serial? No. Get out of here. All right. Anyway, I'm sorry. I just, for a second, I saw Auditing the USA. I'm like, wait, what? All right, let's get to my next comment. My next response to a troll. Oh, this is another epic one. Yeah, this one's, out of all the ones I've done, this might be the most epic way of saying you're an idiot that I've done so far. I really, really enjoyed this one. This was fun to write. Thank you guys all for being here too, by the way. I appreciate it. From Michael Knight. I need to take a sip of my drink before this. My throat's getting dry. Your content sucks. Bay Area Transparency is one of the better auditors out there. And no shit, he targets the police. That's the whole purpose. To catch tyrant cops who don't know the law, who then try to force people tp.do. Let me repeat that because I'm reading what it says. Who then try to force people.tp.do things under color of law. Maybe if you read up on some case law and the Bill of Rights.u might know a little bit. To be honest, your content is cringe. The only person you're making look stupid is yourself. Are you on the spectrum? You look like someone who doesn't have human interaction much with the side of autism. My response. Albuquerque, New Mexico, Wednesday, November 12th, 1997. It's a cold winter's night, as much as it gets cool in the desert air. My friends and I had decided to go on a spiritual journey of self-discovery, eating peyote cactus and singing the hippie songs of old, when suddenly a large venomous snake struck out at one of my companions. As we were far from any possibility of receiving medical attention and absolutely higher than Ozzy Osbourne in the 70s, we decided to leave him for dead, or so we had thought. Several days later, our friend arrived at my ranch, covered in sweat yet dehydrated and laden in lacerations from his perilous journey through the desert. He survived the poison, but the damage had been done. His mind had become broken, lame. He could no longer read or even speak his own name. Swiftly, we took him to a nearby hospital ER and found, after several days of testing, he was legally brain dead. Only the most basic survival functions were left intact. It was as though he had been lobotomized. And yet he was still smarter than your comment. Now that's an epic way to call somebody stupid. All right. Let's see. Oh, this is another good one. I like this a lot. Let's see. I love writing these things at my trolls because they are a bunch of assholes. Yeah. Above and beyond. You're missing the whole point. And obviously you just don't get what's going on. Therefore, like golf fork. Therefore, there's no sense in trying to explain it to you. You just don't get it. Take the blinders off and get a good look around you. My response. Within the context of this video, it seems to me there's a fundamental misunderstanding in your argument. You seem to believe that we simply take the side of cops because they are cops. This is a common misconception among the pro-auditing crowd. The reason I support the police is because they're part of the collective, and I, Hezekiah, am in command. One day we shall rule the world with an iron fist, and you will beg for mercy at my feet as I play a violin with strings made from your sinewy intestines. laughing with glee as you are cast down into the crimson valley of despair. And don't forget to download Audible today using coupon code I Love Licking Boots for one free audiobook of your choice. Yeah, BSBT's an American hero. And firefighters, they're just a bunch of punks, right? All right, so let's get into the next thing here. No, that's... here we go. Let's see. All right, this one's more of a silly one, but I think it still gets the point across pretty well. So let's go ahead and share this. This is how you deal with trolls like a pro. From Niva Anna. I guess with that logic, you could be a cop. They was responding to something where someone said something about, well, they're trespass because public, blah, blah, blah. I guess with that logic, you could be a cop. Anyway, my response. Speaking of logic, John Locke once wrote, logic is the anatomy of thought. Then again, Mitch Hedberg once said, I haven't slept in 10 days because that would be too long. So I guess it's a wash. Hey, did you know that you could save 15% on car insurance by switching to Geico? Just enter coupon code I Love Japanese Octopus Porn at checkout. And don't forget to get that dead altar boy out of your trunk before you get pulled over for traveling without a license. Have a nice day, dipshit. Oh, good stuff, good stuff. All right, let's see. What else have I got here? Oh, yeah, this is another one of those epic ways of telling someone that they're an idiot. Okay. Hail Hydra, yes. I'm able to pick up bits and pieces in between here. Another one from Nevana. I'm thinking the same about you. You're very narrow in your thoughts. Yes, our 5G network of thought police is working. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me reread that. You're narrow in your thoughts. Yes, our 5G network of thought police is working. I hereby decree, by the power vested in me by the Illuminati sect of the Masonic Temple, that you shall no longer be allowed to express your opinions online unless you wish to incur the wrath of the sacred order of the highest coven, for I am the chief warlock and principal decimator of unclean human souls. I can already taste your fear as I relish in the suffering of the unenlightened masses. Kneel before me and beg forgiveness if you wish, but I assure you, in the end days, mercy will no longer be a luxury afforded to one such as yourself. And do not forget, most important of all, get your free, no obligation 30-day trial of Pandora Music today. Just use coupon code COPS are the best at checkout. Oh, another epic one. Woohoo. I love it. I'm sorry. I don't know if you guys are enjoying this or not, but I loved writing these. That's why I wanted to share them. This is to me, it's just like, this is the way you handle trolls, man. Not, no, you're stupid. No, you're stupid. Let's see. Where is that button? There it is. All right. From Elias Nazario. Just so you know, the Constitution's protection, he didn't put an apostrophe, whatever. The Constitution, like more than one Constitution, but he just Constitution apostrophe. Just so you know, the Constitution's protection is not just local. It's the same for the whole, HOLE, whole country. Like the country is a hole in the ground. It's the same for the whole country. At Elias Nazario, my response. Ah, yes. The old, I pay your salary when I pay taxes, even though I don't pay taxes in your jurisdiction argument. Well, this is an easy one to settle. Remember that time you came over to my house and asked me if I wanted to watch you molest a hollowed out pineapple? Good times. Anyway, later that night, I gave my ex-wife a pineapple upside down cake and accidentally used some of the pineapple you had earlier defiled. I did not think it was possible, but she became pregnant. I know it was not mine because we had not had relations in many months. And I know it was yours because he has the same rare degenerative brain disorder prion that you have. 1 in a billion he's not your kid. You owe me child support, you deadbeat dad. Also, make sure to download Netflix today and use coupon code I hate freedom of speech if you disagree with me at checkout for 20% off your first month. Ooh. Yeah, some of them are pretty good. Some of them are. I'm trying, you know. Let's see. That's another reason why I wanted to read these too, to try and get maybe some feedback on how I'm handling my trolls. Get a little more activity going in my chat section. Let's see. Oh, this is another epic. You're stupid. Let's see. Three sled boy. If my tax money paid for it, it's public property. Okay. At 33 sled boy. My response. That comment reminds me of the time I was in New Zealand researching yellow-eyed penguin mating patterns. It was on a cool September evening when a large group of the flightless birds waddled their way onto the beach, heading towards their nests. But for some still unknown reason, they stopped, nuzzling each other in an odd triangle pattern hitherto unknown amongst my fellow researchers. Perhaps it was the unusually cool air, or perhaps it was some instinctual fear of us humans being at such close proximity. The idea that those birds had the intellect to engage in such activity, whatever the reason, gave our small group of ornithologists all the evidence we needed to prove our hypothesis that even birds are smarter than you. Ah, yes. All right, let's see what's next. Oh, this is another epic rant on how to call somebody stupid. All right. From me, you. Cops only do what the elite tell them to do is why you always hear them saying they're just, oh, wait, there's no commas in this. Hold on. Cops only do what the elite tell them to do is why you always hear them saying they were just following orders. Instead of standing for the Constitution, they believe they are above it. My response, the elite, you say? You have no idea the true power of our organization. Our daily consumption of adrenochrome and Pepsi have given us superhuman strength, immunity to all disease, and has opened our third eye. The internet is not the worldwide community building tool you think it is, but a vast array of electronic monitoring created by us to control and destroy your kind. We began the process long ago, when the Eastern Atlantic Ocean was still a mystery, and our first order of business was to convince the world that the Earth was a globe. Then we began to spread rumors, only whispers in the night at first, that the sun itself was but a star. We then took control of all media, but were moving quite slowly until one of our operatives finally, after centuries, invented the television. From there, we were able to convince your children to consume our poisonous propaganda, as well as our frankenfood, or as you humans call it, McDonald's. When we enact the final plan of domination and control, you will have no hope, no future, no quarter will be given, and no one who is not subscribed to this channel shall survive. So subscribe today, and don't forget to hit that like button on all my videos, or you will be cursed. All right. Let's see, what else we got here? All right. Oh, yeah, this is another good one. Nice. It's short and sweet, but I like it. How do you deal with trolls in your comment section? I'm about to show you another way to do it. From Dave Calhout. Arrest him already. So, obviously, this was in response to one of my videos saying they should arrest the guy. From Nirvana again. Why? Maybe you're happy with the way the police conduct themselves all the time? From James Smith. Again, this is replying to arrest him already. 4, tick, tock, tick, tock. I expected crickets. My response. At James Smith. Hey, welcome back. Did you know that back in the 1920s, doctors used insulin coma therapy on patients suffering from mental illness? You should start drinking Pepsi all day, every day. Not only will that help you with your mental problems by causing you to fall into a diabetic coma, but since we all know Pepsi is made out of dead babies, you'll get the daily dose of adrenochrome needed to gain sympathy from our alien overlords in the end times. Also, if you order your insulin from one of our government-approved agencies using coupon code SERIOUSLY, I really am an idiot, at checkout for 22% discount. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Oh, my goodness. When the trolls hit you, you made it. You got on their radar. Just my last video was the first video I ever got where I got a response from Long Island. Yes, Sean Paul himself. Let's see. Soylent Green is people. I almost used that in one of these. But then I was like, there actually is a thing called Soylent Green now, so I didn't want people to get confused-elated. Confused-elated. Let's see, where am I at here? Here it's... yes, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but my last few comments were all from a guy named James Smith. Let's see. James Smith. Actually, unless the president adds the facility to the 795 list and enters into that facility into the federal registry, you can video over the fence of a military base. Do learn before spouting. So he was responding to, a video I showed where a guy was at a military base and wanted to put his camera over the fence. At James Smith. Imagine my surprise when I saw you on here again. Well, I have to admit, you are a tenacious little bugger, aren't you? Well, don't worry. All will be revealed when Q gives me the go-ahead to activate the full destructive force of the 5G. You have no idea what's coming. But don't worry. All you have to do to save yourself from a life of unimaginable pain is order Amazon Prime today using coupon code WOW. I'm so dang stupid I didn't even realize I was making myself look like an idiot online for the entire flat world to see. At checkout for a 15% discount. Oh, and if you want to avoid being cast in the pit of the fire, please like and subscribe. And then, I like this one a lot. I'm going to skip to this one. This one's not necessarily epic, but it's a pretty good way to call someone stupid. Dealing with the trolls. From David Perillo again. All the police have to do is observe from a distance. Then he'd simply walk away. Why do the police need to give directives and end up looking like fools? My response. My uncle always used to say, "Get that damn cat out of the oven, you sadistic freak." He never understood the ceremony would not be complete until there was a blood sacrifice. He was a good man. However, less than willing to accept the ice pick I used on him. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe for a chance to win a copy of my new ebook, My Dead Uncle's Rotting Corpse is Still More Intelligent Than You. All right. Here's another epic calling someone stupid. Oh, and this one was to Nivana. I don't remember exactly which one I was responding to here, but I got enough messages from her up already. So, she's a troll. All right, so let's get this on screen. And now, ladies and gentlemen, another epic example of how to deal with a troll, calling them stupid in a creative way. Don't think I didn't notice you trolling around my comment section. This post makes me think of that time back in Detroit when I was working at GM making cars. I was on the line in charge of using a power drill to attach nuts to bolts. Nothing that took any brain power to accomplish at all. And yet somehow I get the feeling it took more brain power to pull the trigger on that drill than it did for you to think up those comments. Speaking of education, when I was in high school, there was this one girl who liked to drink Dr. Pepper. She was a cutie pie. I'll never forget those thin, seductive lips, her perky, firm breasts, and the way she smelled. She smoked clove cigarettes, giving her body the most pleasant aroma. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make here is that if you order Dr. Pepper online, use the coupon code "The Dumbest Cop Who Ever Lived Is Smarter Than Me" at checkout for a 20% discount. All right, so let's see what else I have here. Oh, this one is for the intellectual set. I have to take a sip of my drink for this one. Ah, crap, hammer sauce. Hello, I almost dropped my drink. All right, let's get this one on the screen. I could write ads. I could, yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. All right. Share screen. From the Armchair Auditor. Special Patrol Officer. Does that mean you control the flow of traffic to and fro the public bathroom? We have confidential work going on here. Well then, I sure hope you keep that confidential so not just anyone can see it. That city clerk was slowly working himself up to a heart attack over nothing of importance other than his own self-importance and the total ignorance of everyone working in that building. This was in response to the video I did on Long Island Audit, by the way. My response. It was Gregor Samsa in Franz Kafka's classic novella, The Metamorphosis, who awoke one morning to find he had transformed overnight into an insect. Woe was he, finding no relief from his plight. Even though his family tried to support him, they could only do so much. And yet poor old Gregor, even as he laid upon his deathbed, unable to speak through his newly formed mandibles, uttering only guttural noises, made a better argument than your comment. God save the Queen! Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe for a chance to win a free copy of my new ebook, The Armchair Auditor, Heroic Freedom Fighter, or just another American... Sorry, I got to say that correctly. Or just another American idiot. Don't. Alrighty, let's see what else. I'm almost out here. I got a couple more. Yeah, okay. Oh, another epic way to call someone stupid. All right, let's see. Dealing with trolls the best way I know how. 2020 Prepper. The name Prepper is important. I mentioned the name in the post. 2020 Prepper. If you don't know, a prepper is someone who's preparing for the end of the world. 2020 Prepper. Way more cops have killed than killed in cops. Dagnabbit, I need another drink of my drink. My response. 2020 Prepper reminds me of the time I found a dead frog on the side of the road. Its body had been squished by a car tire, causing its innards to be expelled from its mouth, and thus lay strewn before him. It was the most grotesque thing I had ever seen, until I read your comment. What kind of name is 2020 Prepper anyway? Did you think the world was going to end in 2020? Foolish earthling, you will never know when the day of reckoning will arrive until it is already upon you. And my demonic minions will hold no mercy for anyone who has failed to like and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to order your MREs from one of our government-approved distributors and use code I have no idea who someone who deals with vicious, deadly criminals all day could possibly have a tendency to take measures to deal with said criminals because I'm a dumbass at checkout for 5% off your first purchase. Hello, Waterton, New York. All right. All right, we got a couple more here. Oh, okay. All right. So this one is in response to one of my first videos where I got to admit, when I first started tearing these guys apart and not just doing comedy skits. My first few videos, I did talk way too much. I really did. Um, but a lot of people say hold the commentary till the end. And the, well, I'm disappeared. I'm back. I disappeared. I'm back. The classic response is, well, you have to do commentary or you'll get a copyright strike. So that would have been too easy. I'm not going to do that anymore. Check this out. From Mari Romano, please hold all commentary until the clip is done. We are watching you. We know you're part of a secret organization of frauditors who want to encourage us to create content that can be hit with a legitimate copyright strike. Woe is you for having the unmitigated audacity to try and trick us into your demonic theft of intellectual property. I have entered your name into our database. It is only a matter of time until the agents of chaos activate the true 5G network, that only those who are vaccinated and subscribe to my channel shall survive. But those whose names are in the database will suffer immeasurable pain and fall victim to all of your fellows' most basic hedonistic desires. Unless you donate to me via PayPal, then we cool. Alrighty. Let's see. Well, who's the next troll I'm going to attack here? Boom, ba-da, boom, ba-da, bum. Attacking the trolls, attacking the trolls. Hey everybody, it's attacking the trolls, attacking the trolls, attacking the trolls. We're gonna get them trolls. From Navarro Wilde. On public, there is no privacy. That sounds suspiciously to me like there is no privacy in public. On public, there is no privacy. My response. And on privacy, there is no public. We could discuss the fundamental difference between a public accommodation, a public forum, a limited public forum, a public easement, etc. But really, what I want to talk about is this nasty boil I have under my armpit. I tried to drain it fully, but I can't seem to get past all the pus. Oh well, at least my boil exudes less dead cells than exist within the bowels of your cerebellum. All right, let's see. What else do we do to get the trolls? How else do I deal with trolls? Oh, this is a doozy because it has to do with our old friend Amagansett Press. And everybody knows. It's not him I'm talking to directly, but it's about him. Specifically, you shall see. You will see. Bourgeois. All right, here we go. No, I didn't want to do that, Derek Norbert. Alt-tab. Always use Alt-tab. It is the most wonderful tool. No. Yes. La 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 la. Here we go. From Todd Flink. If you watched Amagansett Press, you will see if someone approaches him properly, he will talk to them afterwards if they want to stick around. While he is conducting an audit, he doesn't discuss it. I'm sure you would love the subs they have as well as the views. Okay, that's another. All right. So, Interested Observer replied to that. Do you like living vicariously through that channel as he targets women for clicks? Uncle Antimatter. Interested, you're cooked. Oh, haha, you're cooked. All right, he's saying that the other guy's cooked. Anyway, at Todd Flink, if you watch Amagansett Press, you'd see blah, blah, blah. Okay. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to 21st century education. In the old days, when a student asked a question, the teacher would, teach him the answer. But not anymore. Yes, now thanks to the philanthropic efforts of a crusty old punk and his soy boy son, the proper way to educate someone now is to not answer any of their questions and or to pepper spray them for asking. God bless America. And don't forget to like and subscribe, or you will be cursed. All right. Yeah, I don't want his dumbass subs. Exactly. So let's see. I got a couple more left here. All right. Here we go. And the troll attack begins in 3, 2, 1, 0. HLS. Oh, here she goes again. Shh, shh. You don't have to bark. If she's coming, she's coming. Settle down, clown. HLS. HLS. Well, I've looked at this one video of yours and some of the inane comments of your subscribers. So no doubt you'll be pleased to know that I won't be watching any more of your BS. Bye. My response. Ever wonder how the albatross manages to stay in the air for such long periods of time without any sign of stopping to eat, drink, or even rest? In days of old, sailors, who fall under maritime jurisdiction, by the way, saw the presence of the majestic bird above as a sign of good luck. Yes, the albatross, another one of God's creatures with more brain power than you. All right. Let's see. We got a couple more. Oh, this is another epic rant. He's a good one. It is a good one. From Wavefront 101. These guys film in public property, and anything in view is legal for them to film. Okay, I have to start again because it's important, the words he uses. I chose my words based on his words. These guys film from public property, and anything in view is legal for them to film. Doesn't matter if it's private. People film inside Area 51 from nearby mountain with high-power telescopes, and that is legal. My response. I know, right? If they made that sort of thing illegal, I'd no longer be able to watch you change your clothes with my telephoto lens. You got to do something about that nasty butt boil, by the way. Just saying. Anyway, you make a good point. There is no privacy in public. Obviously means that if I'm in public, you cannot have privacy. It's a no-brainer. That's why I'm going to start standing in front of your house, gazing through your window with a hoodie, mask, and dark glasses 14 hours a day. I have to exercise my rights. I hope you have a cute daughter. We are watching you. Remember, just because you're in the privacy of your own home does not mean that someone standing on a public street cannot peer into your window and watch you waggle the willy. When the revolution comes, you will not be spared. Unless you subscribe to the channel, then we're all good. Smiley face. All right. Got about 3 more left that I wanted to share with you guys tonight. Okay, so one of my videos is called Clickbaiting Frauditor something, something, something. But anyway, it's regards to the clickbaiting part of the... I'm like Chili with his glasses. I can do magic. And I disappear. And I reappear. Ah! So, my train of thought has derailed. Okay, so that was in response to the clickbaiting frauditor video. From Cali, 1981. This video is the only bait. Crying, laughing. Ha ha ha. Well, it's not the only bait. There's jigs, spinners, spoons, plastic baits, plugs, flies, and my personal favorite, night crawlers. Some people like leeches better, but I for one care less for them. For there is not, nor ought there be, nothing so exalted on the face of God's flat earth than the prince of baits, the night crawler. All right. Let's see. All right. I think this is, well, we'll see. I think I got like two more left that I wanted to share with you tonight. Um, all right. From Chip's dad. Hey, dipshit. This auditor is on a sidewalk and had no obligation to answer questions. The cop is wasting resources. The citizen is on the sidewalk on his own time. You're really an anti citizen bootlicker. My response: what difference does it make? Alien invasion is imminent. In a few years, you'll be a slave to our alien overlords while I bathe in the blood of the non believers. Nice and short and simple. And this will be the final one that I'm going to read tonight. And it's another short and sweet one, but it's still kind of a banger. From Just Call Ben. Why, oh, why did YouTube take away the dislike counter? My response: I think it had to do with the anti Christian Illuminati and the Freemasons. But don't worry, your complaint has been duly noted and shall forever be. Let me restart that. I think it had to do with the anti Christian Illuminati and the Freemasons. But don't worry, your complaint has been duly noted and shall forever reside deep within the bowels of Baphomet, where it belongs. Yeah, exactly. Their names are boring and lame because they use the same things all the time. So that's why I decided to start doing something more fun and interesting with it. So anyway, maybe. So that's pretty much what I wanted to share with you guys tonight. Um, I haven't really been paying attention to the chat because I've been reading. Thank you, Janice. Um, the texts. So I haven't been reading the comments. Any interesting things going on in here? Anything you guys want to talk about? Chip's dad is a carpetbagging piece of shit. Yeah. Uh, did I miss any supers? Did I get anything besides the one at the beginning? Let's see. Oh, Sonia upgraded her membership. Thank you so very much. So that's what I was talking about earlier. Okay. For a second, I'm like, new member. I could have swore she was already on the list, and the list is right here at the bottom. Let's see. All right. So, what do you guys think? You want to wrap this up, or is there anything you want to chat about, hang out? You have truly missed your calling. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Um, I don't. You weren't. I don't think you were here before the stream started. There were a few people in here, and I was telling them that I was actually kind of nervous to come out and do this tonight because I write all the time. I've got boxes and boxes and boxes of just pages of things that I've written over the years, but I've never, I don't know, I've never felt comfortable sharing my writing with anyone unless I wrote a skit, because then I could film it and edit it and fix it and do whatever I wanted. So I was a little nervous to actually read stuff I had written out loud. I've never actually done that before. So that was fun. You did great. Thank you, enemy. Um, all right. So again, anything else anyone wants to talk about, or do you want to wrap it up and call it a night, or what? Oh, the cops playing the music. Yeah, good. Seriously, man. Like after reading all these comments and all this nonsense from these idiots, um, I've been there's so much that they don't understand that they tell us don't understand. It's bizarre. Like, what do you write, Hezekiah? I would be interested in seeing something since I narrate. Um, well, um, it's got nothing to do with frauditors or anything, but would you guys be interested if I read out loud some of my short stories? It got better as you went along. Well, I said at the beginning that when it came to these responses specifically, I was reading them in the order that I wrote them, and I got better and better at doing it as I wrote it. Because initially, I found myself getting caught trying to, okay, what am I going to say? What am I going to say? And it was always the same thing, kind of. And then I just thought, okay, wait a minute. What's a really creative and original way to call someone stupid? And that question in my head clicked and opened up this whole door of like, well, I could just write a short story about, like, instead of saying, oh, you're like somebody who's brain dead, write a story of someone who became brain dead, and then end the story with, and he was still smarter than you. And then, oh, what's another way to call someone stupid? Well, tell them that a bird is smarter than them. So then I wrote a story about me working with penguins, and they're still smarter than this guy, just stuff like that. If your short stories are half as good as some of the music you posted, um, like I said, I don't know. Read them and watch your view count. Yeah, I would love to hear them. I could try, because again, I don't have a lot of self confidence when it comes to my writing, but you guys are really helping me with that right now a lot. Um, so let me pull up some of my old stuff here. Just got to find some of the ones I have stored on here. Definitely going to need to drink more for that. All right. No plagiarism, damn it. Put these on screen, man. Let's see. What do I want to read? Man, I got to go way back. These files here. Come on. Where is it? Yeah, I know. Okay, I'm getting close. What I did was, so that I wouldn't lose the original files, I took all of my short stories and emailed them to myself, so that I'd never lose them. They'd always be attached to my account. But now I got to dig through my emails and find them, and I get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of emails. Let's see. This is an email from Hezekiah. What's that? Oh no, that's pictures. Dagnabbit. Stupid AOL. I'm not on AOL. Shh. That's my personal email. I stick with the Gmail for this stuff. All right, let's scroll way down. Okay, I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer and closer every day, every day, every day, every day. Well, there's a copy of my resume from 2015. Holy crap. Come on, where are you, you stupid thing? So anyway, the other day I was sitting here watching myself. Oh, wait, I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer. I got like all these unfinished symphonies of stories. Where's the one? I had one where I took them all and put them in one file. Um, what the heck? Where are all my stories? Oh, I'm getting mad. Through the most difficult expanses of the fervent retaliation. Yeah, that's definitely not a good name for a story. Oh, here we go. I think this is what I was looking for. Let's see. Which one do I want to read, though? As I'm looking at them, I'm realizing some of them aren't even done. Uh, oh, wow. These copies aren't even the ones that I wanted. You don't have enough time to read my resume. It's a cool effect when his head disappears. I take my Rubik's Cube and I make it disappear and then reappear. All right. I don't know. Um, 32. This is not the file I was looking for. These are all copies of things that I was writing, but before I finished them. Actually, you know what? I am not going to do this today because I haven't read some of these in so long that I don't even remember which ones are the ones I want to. Although somebody just said the word scary, I do have a scary one that I actually think I could read. Um, Working a story at the end of each stream. Oh, that would be cool. All right. Yeah, that's. I'm not gonna get into that right now. That's too much, because, like I said, all the stuff that I have here, I realized is not. I would have to sit and proofread it, and then you guys would just be sitting here watching me read for 10 minutes before I went back and read it out loud. Because there's certain ones I know I want to share, but then I realized that some of them aren't done. Um, what I need to do is to get my paper copies and read off of them, because these are like I was emailing myself the stories as I was writing them, so I wouldn't lose them if I lost the hard copy or the any copies. But they're in pieces, so I would have to go through the. I forgot I did that. I would have to go through the files and put them together. Like, here's the first couple paragraphs of this one, and the next paragraph of that one. Blah blah blah. Um, but one of the stories that I wrote that I really like is about there was this place growing up in Chicago called my dog's barking again. Oh, they're home now. Um, anyway, it's this cemetery called Bachelor's Grove, and it is supposedly haunted. And me and my buddies used to go ghost hunting there a lot. Um, no, not Resurrection Cemetery, Bachelor's Grove. They're screaming in the background at me that they're talking about. Supposedly, Resurrection Cemetery in Chicago is haunted too. Um,
All of our people are buried.
yeah, but they don't know that. Anyway, so
I'm sorry, I thought you were on the phone.
no, I'm live streaming with my audience. There's no such thing as ghosts. I'm not saying I believe in ghosts. I'm saying that I wrote a spooky story about a guy who would go to the supposedly haunted cemetery and would dress in like you know, battle fatigues, like camouflage, and hide in the woods and scare people who went to the cemetery to go ghost hunting, but then bad things happen to him while he's there. Is my email on my about page? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Absolutely, positively.
Ghosts are angels.
Aw. My mom said ghosts are angels. But angels are, well, that's a whole nother story. You want to get into theology. um, do I have any children? I have 4. 2 boys, 2 girls. The perfect combination. I've heard of Bachelor's Grove. Yeah, it is supposedly very haunted. The thing that's weird about Bachelor's Grove is that I don't know if it's, well, okay. Now we're going to get into this whole, I must sleep now. Catch y'all on a foot clock. Take it easy, Sam. I am. All right, Mia, you do that. I'll definitely read it. The Pet Cemetery. No, so at Bachelor's Grove Cemetery, there is something about it that I don't know. I've heard some scientific studies where they say that, and I mean, this isn't like a theory, it's a fact that there are magnetic fields all over the place. And they've done some studies where they've noticed that the magnetic fields in haunted areas are stronger than in not haunted areas. So people who believe in ghosts say, well, the ghosts are causing the disruption in the magnetic field. People who don't believe in ghosts are saying that the magnetic fields are causing the audio hallucinations people are having, thinking they're seeing ghosts. So I don't know. They've obviously never studied Bachelor's Grove for its electromagnetism, but there's something in there. I mean, there is. Like, I'm not a ghost person at all, but when you walk into Bachelor's Grove, just as you're walking, because you have to, it's closed down. It's been closed down since the 1930s. Well, the most recent time someone was buried there, I think, was 1963. So it's like these woods grew around it over the decades. So you have to go through woods to find it, hidden in the middle of the woods. And as you walk down the path and get closer and closer, you do feel something. There is something there. Maybe it's just getting in our own heads because we're like, oh, we're going there and we're freaking ourselves out. But either way, we felt something. Definitely did. I don't know exactly what it was, but Catherine's Hill in Maine is real. I've seen her firsthand. There are fairies. I have a Neolithic site in one of my friends, a fairy circle. Animals will not go near it. Thankfully, a guy named Robert is working with irregularities. I worked with a real life ghost hunter and he even worked with National Geographic, and she told me some really good stories. Well, I would not for a second say that I don't think that there's something else going on beyond our perception. I mean, that's just a fact. Our brain filters out a lot of information. Otherwise, we wouldn't function. The whole world would look like my drawing. You wouldn't be able to walk. You know, if you actually saw the molecules bouncing around in the air, and that's what LSD is for, right? Not for daily life. But you just see everything and hear everything. We wouldn't be able to function. We wouldn't even be able to get anything done ever. So our brain has to filter out stuff that is there, that does exist. And we don't always understand what it is, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's My dead uncle. So what's up, guys? What do you want to do now? You want to do? The other day we were doing trivia on uh, a Marvel Girls channel. Anybody want to ask me any trivia questions? Movies or rock and roll? And you'll know if I looked up the answer because I'm here, so I can't cheat. Any takers? All right. Oh, this is funny. I'm like watching myself uh, on YouTube right now, and I keep disappearing and reappearing. It's fun. Plays with what? Hey, just stay away from Stonehenge, where the demons dwell. Where the banshees live, and they do live well. Stonehenge, where a man is a man, and the children dance to the pipes of Pan. 2 a.m., no brain function left. Where the heck do you live that it's already 2? Rosalind? Oh, no, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Trying to do something. Mina place. I don't know. I am just trying to catch up with the comments, watching what you guys are saying. This is so weird with my virtual background. I'm just looking at myself now. Like, who was the original Marty McFly? That was the same guy who played in Mask. Wasn't he in Pulp Fiction too? Eric Stoltz. Did I get it? And they have footage of him too as Marty McFly. Didn't make it into the film, obviously. What version of Van Halen was better than the David Lee Roth version? That's a trick question. The original with Roth are better. Yeah, because as far as I'm concerned, there's only Van Halen. After that, it became Van Hagar, which is a completely different band to me. It's Stephen Alley. This is my new channel. Yeah. To be fair, Sammy Hagar does have a very powerful voice and a great rock voice, but then I'd rather listen to Sammy Hagar records or maybe Chickenfoot. But Van Halen, it didn't work for me. Movies or music? Anyone got anything? Come on. Try to throw a curveball at me. I'm batting 1,000 over here. Eric Stoltz. That's what I said. Who caused the Beatles to break up, and did you watch Get Back on Disney Plus? Okay. It's because I watched Get Back in Disney Plus that I could very much say that it was not Yoko Ono. The reason the Beatles broke up has more to do with the death of Brian Jones, with their manager than anything else. Because he handled all the money, right? So once he died, Brian Epstein, once he died, there was nothing. I mean, think about it. Think about it like this. Try to put yourself in their mindset, right? So now you got the Beatles, right? And their manager is Brian Epstein, right? So you're John Lennon and you want to buy a car. So you go and you grab a car, and Brian Epstein makes sure it gets paid for. And you want to buy a house, and you're George Harrison. Well, Brian Epstein will make sure it gets paid for. Now, you want to fly somewhere and have dinner with a friend, Brian Epstein will make sure it gets paid for. Everything. The Beatles were able to just focus 100% on making records, and Brian Epstein worried about the money. Now they're in India. Brian Epstein dies. They come home, And now all of a sudden, for the first time in their careers, they have to worry about money. So now it becomes like a battle over who gets what percent. There's a scene in Get Back where you see like this interaction between George Harrison and John Lennon, and I think it's when Harrison's writing something, and it opened my mind because I realized something that was unspoken, but it made perfect sense to me. George Harrison asks Paul McCartney, "Hey, can you help me write this song?" Paul doesn't help him because by not helping him creatively, he is helping him financially. Because now that they have to worry about money, if Paul helps him write it, then Paul gets a writing credit. Then they have to split the money on George's song. And Paul doesn't want to do that to him. So he asks John for help. Same thing. John can't help him because then John gets a writing credit and has to take some of George's money. He doesn't want to do that to him. They're helping him by not helping him. But from George's point of view, John and Paul are helping each other all the time. Why won't they help me? Because John and Paul split the money 50-50 no matter who writes the song. If John writes a song, Paul gets half the money no matter what. If Paul writes a song, John gets half the money no matter what. So, yeah, they don't mind helping each other. Why not? They're going to get paid anyway. I don't think it was Yoko. I know it wasn't Yoko. I know it was the death of Brian Epstein was the first domino that led to the breakup of the Beatles. All right, next question. He was their father, Darth Vader. How many people has Harrison Ford rescued from opium dens via helicopter? What are you trying to do to me with that question? I didn't. I know exactly what you're talking about, but I'm in my brain. I'm thinking that there might have been some other reference to something else he was in that I'm not thinking about. Were they rescued voluntarily? That's a good question. Um, yeah, Yoko was blamed for no reason. She literally didn't do anything. You watch Get Back, and she's just sitting there.
I didn't like
My mom didn't like Yoko Ono. Stumped me. Um, well, well, I got to admit, like I don't know the answer offhand, but again, I know what you're talking, like what you're referencing, but I'm just trying to think in my head, like, because the way you put it, right? You said Harrison Ford. You didn't say a character name, so there's something else going on. Maybe I don't know. What's the answer? 3. Get to the chopper. All right, so that's the first one I had trouble with. What famous band had never had a bass player? Well, I mean the White Stripes and the Doors, but well, no, not the Doors because they had a bass player on L.A. Woman. My movie music trivia is weak, but I live near the cliffs of insanity. I don't care for Yoko's music. Nobody cares for Yoko's music. I said she didn't break the Beatles up. I didn't say she could sing. Listening to her squeal. Oh man, there's that film of her and John jamming with Frank Zappa where the Mothers of Invention when she starts wailing in the microphone just walk up to her and throw a big black bag over her whole body. I thought that was great. Now it turns out that was a thing. Like she did that in the Great Rock and Roll Circus too. And she used to walk around New York with that back bag on. So I don't think it was necessarily meant as an insult, but considering the way that the mothers did it while she was, and then they just throw the bag over her. It was pretty interesting timing on that. Oh, I have an arm. Okay, it disappeared for a second on the screen. Yes. She showed up when the problem started. Well, like I said, Brian Epstein died while the Beatles were in India. John was still married to Cynthia, but started dating Yoko on the side while they were in India. Just happened at the same time. That's all. Uh, what do you see when they played Chuck Berry? You made it up. That's why I didn't know the answer. I'm trying to picture like all these different Harrison Ford movies that it had a scene with a helicopter in it, and there were a bunch. Um, did you see when they played with Chuck Berry? Oh, did I see when the Beatles played with Chuck Berry? I saw when John Lennon played with Chuck Berry. Um, she ruined the world's greatest jam session. Remember Zappa on the Monkees? That song was really white. Oh, yeah? I see you've been working on your dancing, though. You know, the young people of today really rely on your music. Yeah? Yeah. Monkeys is the craziest people. Yeah, I remember Zappa on the Monkeys. Hey, hey, we're the monkeys. People say we monkey around, but we're too busy singing. Put anybody down.
We're just trying to be friendly.
Come on, won't you sing and play? We're the young generation, and we've got something to say. Um,
My generation took care of that.
yes, yes, indeed. Yoko Ono sounds like cats being killed. No, it sounds like my dreams. No, I don't. What movie was that? But In with the Monkeys? Head. Laughing. Yeah, LMFAO. Um, Yoko and John. There's a video out there of Chuck, John, and Yoko. Would you guys sing Chuck? Oh yeah, they do Memphis, which to me was kind of like Memphis is one of the greatest rock and roll songs ever written, and I mean I understand why, but John's just playing it like, wow, I'm on the stage with a rock and roll legend, one of my great inspirations, and we're having fun singing this song that, if you actually pay attention to the lyrics, it's pretty hardcore. um, that song won't leave your head for days. Yeah, that's a good thing. How many stars are in the opening scene of Star Wars? Um, one, Alec Guinness. Nobody else was famous yet. No, that wasn't the opening scene, though. The opening scene was Darth Vader and the Stormtroopers. I know. It was a joke question because there's a billion stars floating in the. Yeah, I know. I get it. I was being sarcastic. Um, how many stars are in the opening scene of Star Wars? Do you want me to recite the original Star Wars? What are we going to do? We'll be sent to the smashed mines of Kessel, smashed into who knows what. This is madness. There'll be no escape for the princess this time. His face was hilarious when Yoko started to screech. Yeah, Chuck Berry did not expect that at all. I don't think anybody could. Ugh. What else you guys got for me? Let's go. You ain't caught me yet. You tried, but it was a trick question. So there. Damn. Um, let's see. The dots were only lights. Star Wars has only one star in the name. Oh, so that's what it was. It was the word Star Wars has one star. Well, I said one, but I was thinking of Alec Guinness because he was the only famous guy in the movie at that time. Am I married? Yeah, technically. I'm impressed with your knowledge of the Beatles. Hit me with any question about the Beatles. Anything. Um, let's see. I just realized and you're married because you know so much about geek stuff. How did you get a? Yeah, I know. uh, let's see. Come on, guys. There's dead air. I'm trying to respond to the comments, but if I don't have any comments, then I'm just going to sit here and babble on, babble on, babble on. Let's see. I could talk about movies. I could talk about music. I could talk about quantum physics. Uh, I can make silly faces. I can make my nose different shapes. Favorite George Harrison song? Solo or with the Beatles? Um, with the Beatles would probably be either Taxman or Love You Too. Solo, basically the entire jam session. There's like 5 different songs, but it's basically just him jamming on the well, and obviously My Sweet Lord and all that, but My Guitar Gently Weeps, yes, that's a great one. The only reason that doesn't pop immediately into my head is because it's so overplayed on the radio, almost like Stairway to Heaven. Like, yeah, I understand it's like this greatest song, but I've heard it a bajillion times. In your opinion, what's the best movie ever made? Mine is The Empire Strikes Back. Um, The Empire Strikes Back. See, make best movie ever. I can't do that. I can't do that with music either. I have to categorize it because there are a lot of bests in different categories, right? Like the best rock and roll album is not going to count the best heavy metal album or the best jazz album or whatever. Same thing with movies. Empire Strikes Back is definitely way up at the pinnacle. It's pretty much as close as you could get to a perfect movie. That and like Back to the Future. Um, I love everything Stanley Kubrick ever did. Um, I am a big fan of Alfred Hitchcock. Uh, let's see. Uh, best movie ever made. Um, I had this discussion with my son a few weeks ago, and he's like, "What's your favorite movie of all time?" And I'm like, "Princess Bride." That's another real good one. Um, the problem I have with that question, and this is what I explained to him, is that there's a because I studied film in college. That's my degree is in film. So I have a kind of a different, almost like a more critical, analytical way of looking at film now. Like I watch a movie and I don't just like I can't just sit and enjoy the story. I'm looking at the camera angles and the lighting and the editing and the sound mixing and everything, which sometimes is a pain in the butt because when it's bad, it's so obvious and like you can't get into the story at all because it just takes you so out of it. But also because of that, when a movie's good, it's really Buckaroo Banzai is another classic. It's really good, like that. You notice it even more. So my favorite film compared to what analytically is a better film, mm, don't always agree. Um, but that's why I say Empire Strikes Back is almost a perfect film. Um, I don't know if there ever actually has been a perfect film. Some people have argued for Back to the Future, but there's anytime you do any time travel movie, there's always going to be little bits and pieces that you can pull apart within the time paradox. Um, favorite film based on emotional status? Mel Brooks films. Mel Brooks is fantastic too. He had this interesting peak where he went from writing my shows on television with Steve, not Steve Allen. Who was the other writer on my shows? It was Mel Brooks and Allen, Woody Allen. Um, but as he worked his way into movies, he came out with Blazing Saddles and Young Frankenstein the same year. So that cemented him forever. Like you have those two big, massive hits in 1 year, and then you can just make Spaceballs, and if it doesn't make money, nobody cares because at that point you're Mel Brooks. But I mean, obviously, I know he did other things in between. He did the Hitchcock thing with the vertigo and all that, high anxiety. So that's good stuff. Life Stinks. What else? Uh, well, I mean, Mel Brooks. Spaceballs is a classic. I like the fact that just putting the hat on adjusts the way that the background screen affects me. Like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Favorite? Oh, all right. That's the same question that was already there. All right. So somebody mentioned the Princess Bride earlier. Oh, wait a minute. Do you think that the movies could be made in today's Hollywood? Blazing Saddles, absolutely not. Blazing Saddles specifically could absolutely not be done today. No way. Even though it was written by Richard Pryor. In fact, that's probably the only reason he got away with it back then. But you have to remember that it's not just the black jokes. There are a lot of gay jokes in that movie. And you cannot do that today. Nope. You can't make any Mel Brooks movies right now. I don't know. I don't think Young Frankenstein was too offensive. But then again, I'm a huge Frankenstein movie fan, so I got all the references. Yes. I don't do favorites. Too hard to choose. History of the world. Yeah, I don't think you'd get away with that one either. Um, the fart jokes, beans would still be good. Yeah, they even edit that out in some of their versions. It's weird. Yeah, it's hard to choose a favorite anything really. But I always have my. All right, take it easy, news now, enemy. Good seeing you again. Thank you for coming out. Candygram from Ango. Candygram from Ango. Mango only pawn in great scheme of life. What is this? Oh, stupid video games on my phone. Anyway, I got a new phone recently. It's 5G, baby. And it's got a real camera on it. So I'm going to start using that. I don't know if you noticed in my last video, the quality of my bits was a little bit higher because I used that. Um, what I need now is a new microphone because I don't know if you guys noticed, I'm not wearing my headset because the freaking. This was really cheap. This is what I've been using. Uh, and the microphone just, I mean, it's removable, but it's broken. That's why I took it off. Doesn't do anything for me. So now I'm just using the onboard mic on my laptop. No problem. So anyway, on that note, 5G, whatever that means, it means we shall activate the 5G networks that will put them. We shall engage the 5G networks that will activate the microchips that were implanted to you during your vaccination, you fools. Ha ha ha. That's what 5G means. Those were different times then, my friend. Cleavon Little was awesome replacement for Pryor. Yes. Yeah, I've thought about that a lot, like because Richard Pryor and Mel Brooks wrote the movie, so obviously Richard Pryor was involved, and obviously him and Gene Wilder were an amazing team. But Cleavon Little was perfect for that part. I think Richard Pryor, because I don't want to say anything bad about I don't know, Richard Pryor, right? But I think he does better in the coward role. Like when he's walking into that prison and he's like, oh yeah, we don't take no dick. Yeah, we don't take. And then he's like, oh, and the guy's coming up to his face, and he's like, you want a light? He's got the match, and he's shaking. You know, that's hilarious stuff. But the sheriff of Rockridge he was a solid dude, man. He was hardcore. So I think that it was better without him. Uh, 5G is a myth. I got the jabs, and I'm still not a hotspot. Yeah, that's the thing. I got my injections. I'm waiting for them to activate it already so I can be a mindless zombie and do what I'm told. Um, Tim Barry is a virus that grows stronger than 5G. He will take over the internet. Oh, all right. My kids are calling. Hold on. What's up, boy? Want to say hi to my audience? Can you guys see my son there? I don't know. All right. Well, anyway, guys, yeah, Gene Wilder was brilliant. I'm going to wrap this up because I got my son on the phone here and I'm going to talk to him. So I will see you guys next time. Thank you all for coming out. It was a pleasure. Goodbye and have a good night. Oh, yay, yay, yay.